Listenable rate of speech. Now, I know most of you salespeople and sales managers out there probably never heard the term listenable rate of speech. And why? Because it's not taught in sales school, and it's usually taught in public speaking school. However, it has a huge impact on how you deliver your message and how you communicate with your clients. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some of my top hints as it relates to listenable rate of speech. Now, the first thing I want you to know is enable to communicate clearly to the person that is listening to you that you need to speak at between 140 and 160 words a minute. That's 140 to 160 per minute. Now, if you speak above that, if you're over there at 200 words a minute, you come off as kind of a sleazy salesperson to the person that's listening to you. And if you speak at between 100 and up to 140 words per minute, you're probably going to come off as very, very boring. So what I'm going to do is give you some of that stuff today to keep you in that 140 to 160 range. In addition to that, I'm actually going to ask for an old friend of mine to just step in here, and that's old Dr. Seuss. And when we teach this technique in some of our public speaking seminars across the country, we go to Dr. Seuss and actually have some of the seminar attendees speak directly out of this book. Because what Seuss will do is a couple things. It will help you with your pitch. It will help you with your pace. It will help you articulate your message to your clients. So, it's real simple. If you're on the phone speaking to a client, if you're face-to-face speaking to a client, or if you have 5 to 10 people in a boardroom where you're presenting a proposal, or you have an audience of 100 people, you still have to have good communication skills. You still need to be speaking at 140 to 160 words a minute, and you've got to have good pitch, pace, and articulation, and that's what the Dr. Seuss books will actually help us learn, is we give our speeches or we communicate as if we were speaking to maybe a room full of children. So this is very, very powerful for you. Now, for those of you that are at YouTube, I need you to go over to another website where you can see the same video, but go to getsalesresultsnow.com. getsalesresultsnow.com, because there's an article that I posted along with the video that has all this information there, but more importantly, it's going to give you a paragraph that you can speak out loud. It's 160 words, and you can time yourself. And I actually have it here today, and I'm going to run through it real quick so you can just see how I practice and some of my other students practice. So if you want, get your stopwatch out. We'll both time it. We're coming up on my watch at 30 after. Here we go. As a representative of your company, it is important that you speak clearly. That means you must articulate. It also means that you must speak so that you can be understood. Although there is no set rate of speech, most expert speakers talk at between 140 and 160 words per minute. That is a good speed for verbal communication. It's not too fast to be understood. It does not give the listener the impression that you are under pressure, nor is it too slow. The 160-word rate adds an element of dignity to your voice. The 160-word rate also gives a sound image to your audience that establishes both you and your company as efficient and well organized. To give the audience the kind of impression of yourself and your company that you wish, speak correctly. Speak at 140, that's 140 to 160 words per minute. Okay? And we're right at about 32 seconds, so that's kind of right where you want to be. So this is a great way to time yourselves, to work on your pitch, pace, and articulation, and more importantly, be able to come across at that 160 word rate that gets you across and to that client's brain speed where they can comprehend all that great information. Now, also on the video blog where the article is at getsalesresultsnow.com, there's actually a short recording of one of my students who did his listenable rate of speech, and it was at the very beginning stage of his practicing. So you can rate that on a scale from 1 to 10. You can go in there and listen to the same thing that I just did and listen to this gentleman. It's Michael Seifert out of Seattle, Washington. You can go ahead and listen to him and maybe rate him in your own mind from a scale from 1 to 10 where you think he's at. Then the second link I have for you is actually a video presentation of one of my personal mentors and my coaches, and that's Mr. Nito Quabain. And you can look at Nito's pitch, pace, articulation, his listenable rate of speech, and I would also encourage you to watch his short video clip without audio. watch his body language and how powerful it is and how he really connects up with those audiences. So today's lesson, again, listenable rate of speech. Practice that 140 to 160 words per minute. Get really congruent and work on the pitch, the pace, the articulation with your clients. And again, it doesn't matter what sales process you're in or if you're in front of one person or five or multiples. You want to have that right pitch, pace, and articulation. And in closing, remember this: if you're a CEO out there or president or vice president that needs sales consulting to yourself or your company, that I have programs for that. If you're an individual salesperson that needs some help, please feel free to go to my website at chuckbauer.com and take a look. Just click on sales training, and there's a variety of programs in there. If you need a seminar, be it mainly sales related or some personal development stuff, I've got some great things. In fact, it's coming to the close of the year, our one-day goal mastery program where people write out their top 100 goals and then finish off with complete 10 action plans for their top 10 goals is available for booking right now. So with that, I wish you Godspeed, good selling. We'll see you down the road. Take care. Bye-bye.